Okay, looks like we're back with part two. And so, yeah, so I'm packing very hurriedly. I got the documents off to my boss, packing very hurriedly. When I'd gone to Estonia, of course, I brought my passport because it's a different country, and I didn't know if they were going to need to take a look at the passport with customs or anything. They didn't end up needing it or not. But I had it in my backpack, and I checked it when I got on the ferry back to Helsinki. I checked it in Helsinki, like I had it getting back to the hotel or whatever. So I was checking it throughout the day. It's not like I just threw it in there and then forgot about it. But basically, in my packing really hurried, I just assumed it was still in my backpack. I'll tell you the truth, I didn't really think about it that much, just because I was late. And so I went downstairs, checked out. They had a big tour bus down there. They were getting a bunch of people coming in, and so basically like I get kind of they're checking people in. I get kind of out there, and my boss wants to say goodbye, and so I'm saying goodbye to her. And there's actually another her boss actually had flown in to help us with the project, and so I had my boss's boss there, and we actually ended up sitting down talking for a little bit and whatever. Anyways, after that, so I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go catch a taxi to the airport. I'm like, oh wait, I didn't even check to see where my passport was. I know Dad is just I don't know, flipping out right now, but it's the truth. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. Uh, anyway, so I checked for my passport and it's not there in the backpack. I'm like, oh my gosh, where is it? And so I emptied my luggage a couple times, looked through it all over the place. Don't find it. There's a taxi guy waiting there for me. Let me take a step back. There's a taxi guy there waiting for me, so I actually get in the taxi. And I've run out of money already, and so my boss has given me like 30 euros off the company credit card. And there's a deal where like the taxi guy brings the receipt back to her because she gets comped for all the receipts. We all do, but I didn't. She was the one that holds on to the company credit card right now since I'm just a trainee. Um, and so like this guy was gonna bring the receipt back to her. Her and the other boss were already gone. They had taken my Finland SIM card with them, so I didn't have a cell phone. Like there's no way I could reach them on a cell phone. They'd already left. So the taxi guy, he's like, wait, you only have 30 years. It's 38 to go to the airport. And I was like, wait, you gotta be kidding me. It's only 25. Come again. It's always been 25, but um, they were like, no, it's 38. And so I had him take me to the train station, and then it was actually on the train station that I unpacked everything, went through all my stuff, couldn't find it anywhere. Then so I put it back in the bag, hoofed it back to the hotel. At this point, it's becoming kind of obvious to me that I'm not going to make it. The bosses had told me that they're going to go down to the beach. So I go through my stuff one more time, don't find it, roll down to the beach, and I'm like, guys, I'm pretty sure I missed my flight. I can't find my passport. I'd asked the hotel if I could go look in the room for it, but there was someone already in there, and they're like, I mean, someone's checked in. And so the bosses are like, oh my gosh, like, take my phone, quick, go call Finnair, see if you can get the flight postponed a little bit, get back up there. Finnair's like, yeah, you can, but it's going to cost 140 euros right now. I didn't have it. Um, and I couldn't get a hold of the office or anyone to pay it since it was Sunday. And I had my boss's phone. They were still down. They didn't come with me. So yeah, basically I just completely missed the flight. And then I had to check into the hostel for the night. Both bosses were a little confused as to protocol, as that had never happened before. Anyone just like losing their passport like that, missing flights. And so that was really a low point. I mean, I was just really hungry, and I had to get all my stuff together and walk over to a hostel. Which again, I had to basically like have the boss ask the boss to comp me for it, even though well, I mean, not even though like she got paid back, but it's just awkward to like have to have everything up front like that. And so yeah, I went to the hostel, and that wasn't breakfast included, so that's where the whole long period came through. The great news is, and that's when I started putting out the vlogs. I mean, I don't know if vlog this. I mean, yeah, I know like I can always call up mom or dad or aunts or whoever and be like, oh, I need money, or oh, this problem's happening. But at some point you just got to start working things out for yourself and getting yourself out of problems that you're in. And if that means not eating for a while, or you know, I don't know, dealing with a lost passport, then that's how it is. Anyways, finally, anyway, so on Monday, I'm at the embassy. I'm trying to get a new passport taken care of and everything. And towards the afternoon, lo and behold, it turns up in the hotel. And on that same day, I also got paid. And so, I mean, since it wasn't stolen, since I essentially misplaced it during that time, I did have to buy my own ticket here to Bucharest. Um, but the good news is I was able to buy a ticket at 4 o'clock p.m. on Monday for a flight at 8 o'clock p.m. 8:25. So that same day, that Monday, for only 400 bucks, 420 bucks about. So that was really a blessing. Obviously, I'm not. This is finally the last paycheck, and now I'm finally at full pay bracket next month. So this month it still wasn't much, or this much. This month I only got 990 bucks about, but and so this was obviously was about half of a big chunk that was taken out because I also had to buy my own way to the airport and this, that, and the other. And of course I was starving, so I, I kind of binged on food. Um, but I think it'll be. I think I'll just have to be smart with it from here on out. I think I'll be able to make it to the end of the month, and I've really learned that not budgeting is a terrible idea because you don't want to be that guy that's not not able to get himself some food. So yeah, I made it to Bucharest, the office and everything. I mean, as soon as I was able to take care of the problem, I only missed one day of work. They weren't too mad or anything like that. So good, good. Made it back on track, and we were rolling. Couple big pieces of news. I don't at this point anticipate that I'm going to stay with this company for a year at all. In fact, I'm thinking about quitting even before Christmas for a variety of reasons. Um, the For one, it's becoming increasingly clear that it's just not as much of a moneymaker as I thought it was going to be. I don't fault the company but for saying that like the expectations are unreal because before the economic crisis, people were regularly hitting their sales targets. They're hitting way more than their sales targets. But since the economic crisis, and especially in Eastern Europe, which is where what I found out is since the economic crisis, a lot of things have changed and they're still changing. One of the things is that they're thinking that if they can get people tailored to a region, then that regional knowledge will increase their sales. And so it's not like an around the world gig like it used to be. Like I got put into Europe because of my experience here. I'm probably going to keep being rotated throughout Eastern, Central, and to some extent maybe a little bit of Western Europe. If I did stay, those markets are extremely like of the entire world. Those markets are the toughest. I mean, there was regional training that my boss went to lately, and every project in Europe is barely covering its costs, let alone earning the kind of money required for the consultants to actually get bonuses. So that means that there's really not a ton of money into it to really be expected. Um, at least not for a while. Also, the, the lifestyle. I mean, there's a lot of reasons it's late at night and still have some work I have to do. So I'm thinking I might just include that in a larger explanatory prologue. Or excuse me, opposite of prologue, encore maybe. I don't know. Something that comes after the main story. Um, I might include that one tomorrow. But basically, no, I'm thinking about leaving pretty soon. It's already at the end of the second vlog, and so I don't really want to. I mean, it wouldn't be like tomorrow. It would be, in like October, November time frame. Because at that point, I'll have paid off all of my debts. I'll have paid off the car, laptop, credit card, stuff like that. Have a little bit of cash saved up. And where I would go is Hungary, because I got a job offer there, and it would be something that I'd actually enjoy as opposed to this job, which I'm going to be honest, I don't really enjoy, because I spend 99% of my time alone, up late at night, doing work. So for not much cash. But I love you all. It's already at 10 minutes. I apologize that this took so long. Barbara, thanks for badgering me to do this. I need to do it more. Please write, please call. I love you guys. And hopefully I'll see you all soon. So, talk to you later.